Diary of a Sociopathic Mother-in-Law Next Door entry. Today's date is Tuesday the 23rd of December 2025, and today is a special day. It is the Beacon's 50th birthday. Congratulations, Beacon, born in the middle of the winter solstice to bring light, love, happiness and truth into the world at a time of darkness. So yeah, 50th birthday, just come up for a quick jog, get rid of the cobwebs before we get on with my day. I've actually got a workman in the house finishing off some flooring. It's dragged on this to the point where we've had to let him come on the day of all days, but you know, I want the job done for Christmas period. Anyway, so once he's gone, hopefully in an hour or so, and we can do a bit of shopping, go for a couple of drinks and go for a nice meal. So, obviously the question on everybody's lips, chapped lips, is what tactic is the husk playing on today of all days? And I didn't really put too much thought into trying to predict, but I think I would have, if I was a betting man, I would have put money on her sending her some sort of text, some sort of cold text, and that's what she's done. But I think there's a bit more to it than that. She's so this is at 10 to 7 in the morning. Blimey, she's not even up yet. But no, your text has to be the first thing she sees in the morning when she wakes up, because you're sick. Because that's how you've got roadkill. You're the first thing roadkill does every single morning is text her, and it's just nonsense, trivial stuff. That's what she does. It's the first thing she does every morning. Roadkill, no kids, nothing else in her life, no friends, 100% dedication to her empty shell of a mother. So the text says, happy birthday, Beacon. Like, she never calls her, obviously that's, you know, she uses her name. Happy birthday, Beacon. But she never uses her name. You know, in the past it would always be, you know, some sort of term of endearment, darling or something like that. That's normally our favourite. So, happy birthday, Beacon. Hope you have a great day. And that's all she needed to say. Like, there's so much more she could say and should say. But that's all she needed to say. But no, she goes on. I'll be coming to yours today. Is there a time which is good? Is there any particular time which is good? No, and first of all, it's totally cold, but just laying out the law, I'll be coming to yours. She hasn't seen her since, I mean, the last time she saw her was October. And she, when the beacon went over to see her, when she nipped back to the lair on one occasion during the period when she had ran away from home, and the beacon went over and kind of had it out of her in a roundabout way. And that was I think that was October, early October. And before that, last time she saw her would have been, as in, had a conversation of any type, would have been, I'm just going to say June. So she's made no effort, any effort whatsoever, to come and see her, physically come and see her, and have any sort of reconciliation and take any sort of responsibility for her own sick behaviours and her cruel, callous treatment of her daughter. She made no effort. But all of a sudden, on her 50th birthday, all of a sudden she's coming. Why this day? And it's just laying the law down. Who does that? I'm coming. Is there any particular time which is good or better or something? Words to that effect. So you're laying the law down, and then given the option of what time, like the illusion, it's like an illusion of choice. I'm coming, but you get to choose the time. Oh, thanks, I get to choose. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's like, it shows no respect, but then wrapped up in some sort of respect, as in the time, what time she comes. It's the illusion of choice. This is manipulation. This is how you get a child to eat veg. You don't say, would you like some veg? Well, say, nah, I don't want that. Tat. What you do is you say, it's carrots or broccoli tonight. Which one would you like? And the kid will choose the lesser of two evils. But they think, in their mind, it's the lesser of two evils. But they think they've got a choice. They think they're making a decision for themselves. So it doesn't feel as controlling, and it's easier to manipulate them if they think they're making a decision. It's like inception. Make them think they've thought of it. But the manipulation is the kid's eating veg. And that was your pre-planned control. To control what they eat. And that's an innocent example, but it's the same thing. She's already made up her mind. I'm coming, like it or not. I'm coming. But I'm going to give you the choice of what time that is. She's already made her mind up, because what she wants to do is, what's the first thing that the beacon said after she processed the message was, no time's any good. You're not spoiling my day. I'm not having her spoil my day. And that is the purpose, to spoil her day. That's the purpose, that's the intention. Afternoon. So that she's just made no effort, but you read about this. This is a common thing with people with narcissistic tendencies. sociopaths are, by default, have narcissistic tendencies. They like to spoil other people's day. And that's what that is. She knows she's not speaking to her, or she doesn't want to commune with her at the minute. Whether that changes, I doubt it. But whether that changes is another thing. At the minute, she's well aware that she does not want to commune with a pathological narcissist, sociopath. So she's already not respecting the boundary. What you think, because it's her birthday, you have privilege to ignore the boundary. Anti-social behaviour, ignoring rules and boundaries, not just legal rules or laws, social rules and boundaries. Social, physically, respecting your property, and mentally, respecting your emotional boundaries. Because she's antisocial. She's a sociopath. And the opportunity to spoil her day is too good for her. Too good for her, because deep down inside, she's massively angry. How dare this girl who I brought into the world and I sacrificed myself for, how dare she ignore me on her birthday? This is the inversion. How dare she? I brought her into this world. She should be eternally grateful and subservient and submissive to me. This is my day. It's not hers, it's my day. I should be getting the recognition. None of who you are as a result of your own personal identity growth, evolution, the raising of your mental awareness, your beautifully balanced, compassionate side, and your firm, moral, active side, balanced in perfect harmony to light up the beacon of truth and morality. And that's not you, that's I give you all of that. You are an extension of me, and I want all of the attention on your birthday. That's what's going on. She wants to spoil it because she doesn't want her to have anything that she believes belongs to her. And she's got a history of this as well. Not on her birth this much. I know I'd need to dig deep into the memory archives. In fact, I think, I'm pretty sure how it would always work in the past. And this is why I know something's up. Another reason why I know something's up, because it's out of her habit. It's not in line with her usual behaviours. And the usual tactic would be to just say, when can I come to see you for your birthday? But as in, which day of the week? wasn't bothered. She was never bothered about coming on her birthday. It was as long as she could offload her guilt onto her, i.e. give her a present, a gift, which is really just a reward for behaviour. And once she offloads that gift of guilt onto the beacon, she's not bothered about seeing it on her birthday, and she would always use the excuse, I know you'll have other plans. And I believe now that that was just a way not to give her any attention on her birthday. So this is out of keeping. Why now? She could have easily done that yesterday. Obviously, you know, nothing's changed. It's her birthday and we've got plans, and they don't include you coming. That's so our behaviour hasn't changed. As in, you know, we've always got plans on this day. Why all of a sudden are you respecting those plans? Well, sorry, you're disrespecting those plans. Why all of a sudden? You could have done this yesterday. It's when roadkill came. That's exactly what roadkill said. What day can I come and see you for your birthday? They're not bothered about it being the day, the actual day. It's just, when can I come and offload my guilt? And then, I mean, it's such a bizarre ritual. And then the person who gets the gift has to show gratitude and send them thank you cards or thank you texts. It's like, the gift is meant to be a thank you, but you have to give back. They have to receive that. This is the way society is at the minute. They have to receive the gratitude. You don't. Everybody agrees with the term, you don't give to receive, but they want to receive. They want to receive gratitude because they're deep down. A lot of these people are self-loathing. Hey, got him a gift and he hasn't given us anything back. No thank you or anything. So why did you give them the gift then? If you don't give to receive. So anyway, roadkill came yesterday. Why couldn't the husk? Or tomorrow? It normally has to be before. They like to do it before. So you've got their present on your day. But it's not their presence. It's their present. And this is what people don't get. What people want, what normal functioning people want, is your presence, not your presents. So, and people don't want to give that because they don't care. They just want to offload some guilt instead. Yeah, I better get them something. I feel guilty if I don't. Why? It's the true you. I'm probably going to be a bit overboard with this. Most people like to see people not get a gift. Most normal people. There's nothing wrong with giving a nice gift, especially if you've thought about it yourself. So anyway, so why the sudden change in behaviour, Husk? Why do you want to suddenly, it has to be today, has to be on this day, I must come today? Because she wants to ruin her day. She wants to make it all about her. Honestly, who do you think you are? Would anybody not agree with what I've just said there? Who does she think she is? She just texts a 50-year-old mature, independent woman and lays down the law. Yeah, I don't care about your boundaries, either physical or emotional. I don't care about those boundaries. I'm coming. And she's sick. She's absolutely sick in the head. I thought she was going to send the flying monkey with a gift. But why? When she can do her own dirty work. It's only that's going to spoil her day more than sending the flying monkey with the gift. That's not going to spoil her day. It's not going to penetrate enough. So she wants to do it herself. She really, really wants to spoil her day. So anyway, that's what I believe. And it is a truism. I think that's an appropriate phrase, truism, that judge somebody's intentions by the effect, cause and effect. If it has the effect of X, then X was the intention. People do make mistakes through a total lack of awareness. But these people know what they're doing. And another reason I believe that was her intention that's her intention to spoil her day, ruin her day, is because if the beacon tells her not to come, then she gets off scot-free. She doesn't have to deal with the guilt of not seeing her daughter on her 50th birthday. Well, I was told not to go. I tried. Well, that's a get out of jail. They both get out of jail cards. She's willing to spoil her day just to satisfy and offload her own guilt, and she's willing to just not come if the beacon insists. And what she's doing, she's offloading her guilt. She needs emotional regulation by the beacon, so she's trying to dump her guilt onto her because she can't regulate it. And that's all it is. Yeah, you should feel guilty. Your daughter's 50th birthday, you're not communicating with her, she's turned her back on you. You should feel guilty. That should be the most horrible thing that can happen to a woman. Most painful, excruciating, traumatic event is that your daughter, not child, but your daughter, at whatever age, decides to leave you. You're not good enough. You are not good enough for me. I did not choose you. You chose me. I didn't choose you. And you know what it is? You're not good enough. You don't deserve us. That should be traumatic. The amount of guilt. No wonder she's angry. She doesn't know how to deal with it. And she wants to put that onto the beacon. If the beacon says, no, you're not coming, then she's getting rid of that guilt and put it on the beacon because she thinks the beacon's going to feel guilty. She thinks the beacon is going to feel guilty for saying no, and you're wrong. And then if the beacon backed down and let her come, then she'll just turn up and make her feel guilty to her face through her negative body language and a cold, callous attitude, and just make her feel bad, because that's what she's an expert at. She's an expert at making her daughters feel guilty. That's why she's got so much control over roadkill, because she'll do anything to avoid the guilt, because she can't regulate it either. She's a slave to her mother. So the beacon has gone back, and we did discuss it, and the beacon wanted to sort of make excuses. No, don't give her any information that she can interpret in whatever way she wants. The only information she needs, it's a need-to-know basis. The only information she needs to know is You are not coming here today to spoil my day. But don't put that on, because you'll get some sort of sick satisfaction from that. No, you are not coming. Clear boundary, clear line in the sand that can't be misinterpreted. So, of much humming and hawing, that's what she did. She was sent back, no time is good today. So she's made it clear, do not come. But she said today. So that should make it clear in the husks' mind that if you want to rock up here, fill your boots, just not today. In her head, she'll not read the today bit. I guarantee this. She'll not read the today. She'll take that as a ever. No time is good. I've seen her do this. I've seen her omit things to make them fit a fucked up mind, worldview. Sorry for swearing. I've seen her do this, omit maybe just one word, and it completely changes the context and the meaning of the sentence to fit her twisted, paranoid, self-loathing brain. So it's about 12:30 when I left the house. What time was that text? It was about, well, it was 10 to 7, but it's about 9:45, I think, when the beacon replied. And then I said, what you should do is block her just for today, so you're not distracted, because you don't want even any thoughts of her in your head today. You don't want to know what she's got to say. You've said what you need to say. Block her, at least until tomorrow. And the reason she doesn't block her altogether is she likes to keep tabs on her, or have the potential to keep tabs on her. It's because she lives in the same village, obviously, with the ATM. She wants to know if she's trying to reach out to her for whatever sick reason. So you've got to know thy enemy. The blocking tactic would be, if you lived pretty much, far apart, whatever distance, doesn't really matter. But she needs to keep tabs on her. Plus, because we've got a 15-year-old daughter, we need to leave that communication open, because by rights, if she wants to communicate with our daughter, she should be coming through us, if she does it the right way. But anyway, so yeah, that was about 9:45, and so far nothing. But well, only time will tell whether she turns up, and either to knock on the door, or just leave a gift on the doorstep. Who knows? Who cares, really? As long as she doesn't see it, ruin her day. So Roadkill was here yesterday, like I say, to visit her, give her fake gifts, and I just made myself scarce. I can't be fake, sitting there pretending that nothing's wrong. Your mother's a complete sociopathic nightmare. Evil. She knows she's done wrong. She knows her behaviours are wrong, because if nothing else, I've told her exactly what she's doing, which is hurtful, and she keeps doing it. If that's not a definition of evil, then what is? Hurting vulnerable people because the vulnerability is because the Beacon is her daughter, so she is vulnerable to her mother. She'll give her more leeway than your average Joe on the street. Obviously, it's her mother, and she's taking advantage of that. She's abusing that because she's a bully. She thinks everybody's weaker than her. Anyway, so roadkill, I just stayed out of there. I thought I wouldn't even be able to bite my tongue, and it's not going to help. She is completely dead. She's got no ability to have a difficult conversation because she's got no emotional intelligence and she can't regulate her own emotions. So it's just too difficult to deal with. She just wants it to go away. Stop, make it stop, make it stop. If you try to have a real conversation with her. And so there's no point in me trying to bring anything up. It's like I show that I do not condone her part in this through, and I showed her that through I was going to ignore her. I'm not even going to go in the room where they are. So anyway, hour and a half sat there, never even brought it up. And how many of these diaries have I done now? 40, 42, 43. It's about 30 hours. 30 hours? And she doesn't want to speak about any of it. She doesn't want to know any of it because she's got no curiosity. She doesn't want the pain. She can't deal with the pain of knowing and having to make a judgment about who's right and who's wrong. A judgment. There's nothing wrong with making a judgment based on people's behaviours. You don't judge them by appearances, how they look, the colour of the skin, how they dress, their taste in fashion, food, or any. You don't judge people by that. You certainly don't judge people about things that they can't change, like how they look, hair colour, stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say. That's what you don't judge people on. You do judge on behaviours. That's what the whole legal system is set up for, that exact purpose, to judge people's behaviours and make a determination whether right or wrong. This is like, and this is why it's just normal, sensible, mature thinking, that. But no, she can't think like that. She doesn't want to judge. She doesn't want to have to put herself in the middle and choose. And she but she can't even say at the beginning something like, look, I don't necessarily need to know all of the detail, and I don't necessarily want to know all of the detail. It's up to you what you tell us, but just know that I'm thinking of you. It must be awful. It must be pretty extreme that it's come to this, and it must be awful. I really, really feel for you if ever you need a shoulder to cry on. Was that hard? No. She can't do it. She can't even do that. She can't even go there. And the Beacon just lets it be like that, because she knows as well that it's futile. She can't. It's the cognitive dissonance would kick in big time if she had to listen to how sick and deranged our own mother is. The cognitive dissonance would kick in so much. 2 seconds of someone stopped in that car.